Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to, I suppose it's a Let's Play, American Truck Simulator. Some people seem to enjoy, not too many, but some people commented that they would like to see more of American Truck Simulator, and that they also would like to hear me babble. No idea why, but anyway, so yeah, we'll play it a bit. It's probably not going to be an overly long Let's Play, but why not? We'll continue from right where we left off. The playlist is down in the description, by the way, for pretty much almost all my videos, by the way. Anyway, oh yeah, we've already selected the office supplies for next time. I mean last time, because we want to explore more of Utah, and this one will take us from Ogden to St. George, through Cedar City, past Salina and Provo and Salt Lake City, actually. So that's pretty cool. So we only have Price and Vernal to find. Unfortunately, we do have to drive to Ogden empty. So let's do so. Okay, and it's nighttime.
Here we go.
I forgot to mention that I am playing with pretty much all of realism apart from the... Oh, wait a second. This is a dead end. Apart from what it's called, where you have to sleep. Because while I played with that mechanic for quite a while, I kind of came to really dislike the whole, oh, your eyes are closing and you can't see anything on the road. Which was fairly annoying. But oh well. So, in essence, it does make a game a bit more easy, because you don't have the time constraints of, you know, having to find a place to sleep, and take into account how much time you'll need for that, and so on and so forth. It would also very much help if I had like a track IR where you could move your head around, and instead of using the mouse like this to look around, you just move your head. But of course that's more hardware and more of everything to take care of, and it's also quite expensive, so
go straight.
I suppose it's not really worth it in the end if you just played American Truck Simulator every now and then. If you really play like I don't know, flight simulators and such a lot, then yeah, and maybe that would be worth it. Alright, so we've got 37 miles to go.
Stay right, and then turn right.
57 minutes. Let me try...
Turn right.
Oh, we actually have to go here. Alright. I love clutchless shifting. It's just satisfying for some reason. And it's pretty easy to do as well. As long as, of course, as you're using an actual physical shifter. I don't actually think you can do clutchless shifting if you don't have any pedals and such. I don't think the game allows that. No, it's 55 here. That's one of the things that kind of bothers me in the US. You go on a highway and you think, okay, I've got a whole day of driving ahead of me. And, you know, I'm not really speaking about trucks here, of course. I'm speaking about using a normal car. Oh, you know, I have a whole day, and I've got 2 days of driving ahead. I hope I'll get there quick. And then you get on a lovely empty highway that's very long, has barely any bends in it. And then you've got a 55 mile an hour speed limit. It's insane. 55 mile an hour is the speed limit on small roads over here in Europe, for the most part. I do kind of understand it. I mean, there's somewhat more traffic there in the US, and highways in the US really aren't like... Oh, what is it?
Go straight.
Yeah, of course. To slam on the brakes now. Lovely. Yeah, the highways in the US aren't like freeways. I don't know what you'd call them really. Motorways in Europe, because in Europe they're dedicated vehicle roadways. which are cordoned off with fences against animal life and such, and you cannot really bring anything apart from a motorcycle or a car on those. Whereas in the US, you can sometimes see cyclists on highways and such. I think it sort of differs from highway to highway what can be on the road, but it's sometimes pretty funky. And I think it's for that reason, apart from the fact that sometimes you just arrive at a intersection all of a sudden on a US highway. So yeah, the lower speeds are more logical, but that doesn't mean they're not annoying. They are pretty annoying. Oh look, this is one of those new intersections they're doing. Oh bloody hell, I'm starting in 6th.
Stay left, and then exit left.
Yeah, see, when I'm babbling so
Exit
much,
left.
I'm not really thinking about driving that much, which, interestingly enough, doesn't actually happen in real life. If I babble, I'm fine, but here, I don't know. You can bypass the nearby station. Excellent.
Stay left.
I don't have any trailers anyway. So anyway, yeah, to continue with my babbling, it is quite annoying when, for example, I was driving with Jesdemel from Portland to Los Angeles, and that was a good solid 2 days of
Stay
driving.
right, and then exit right.
And a lot of the times it was 55 or 60
Exit right.
mile an hour speed limit, which is just, you know, to me, it's a little bit ridiculous. I would expect 80 at the minimum. And I believe there are some 80 mile an hour speed limits
Stay
in the US,
right, and then exit right.
but they're more of a rarity than anything. Of course, I'll probably be corrected by someone now,
Exit right.
which is fine. Alright. Excuse me, my throat is
Go straight.
not doing too well. Hasn't been doing too well for the past 10 years, which is lovely. Okay. Yeah, see, it's kind of difficult because you have to move the mouse, and of course you would change now. So yeah, that's one of the things I would have liked to see in the US.
Stay
Higher
right,
speed limits.
and then turn right.
But you cannot have everything. And like I said, there's a lot of traffic in a lot of on a lot of US highways.
Turn right.
Alright, so now we're here. This is a lovely thing in the US. If you come to a complete stop and you're turning right, you can do so. Oh, I couldn't quite see stuff there. We got a green actually. That is a crappy intersection. Should have gone to the right lane, but that was kind of physically impossible with this big truck. Yeah, you can turn on the red, which is what I talked about
Stay
in the
left.
previous episode. And I love the fact. And then some people commented on certain signs in some countries in Europe, like Germany and I cannot remember where else, where there's apparently a green arrow on a white sign next to the traffic lights, which means that you can actually turn on a red. You know, yielding, of course. And I've never seen that before, which is actually quite interesting. Granted, I've been traveling across Europe in my much younger days. I haven't done so much lately because I've been mostly spending my time going to the US, if anywhere. But I'm actually quite surprised. I'm out of gear. That was not a very good choice. Yeah, so apparently turning right does exist in Europe already. I know
Stay
they were...
right, and then continue straight.
Yes, thank you, Gerald. I know they were preparing some legislation over here to allow that, but, you know, that's gonna take forever.
Stay left, and then turn left.
And it's just such an annoying thing when
Turn
you're...
left.
Okay, I think I have the right of way here. It doesn't matter because there's no one here anyway on this road. It's metagaming. But yeah, it's such a huge annoyance here in Europe where when you, especially at night, when you drive up to an intersection,
Get ready to turn right.
you want to turn right and there's absolutely no one on the road. I mean, no
Turn
one.
right.
And you have to wait like 30 seconds at a red light. It's absolute, madness. Fortunately, most intersections do have those magnetic sensors below the road, so if there's no one there, it'll probably give you a green soon. But it's still very annoying. Why do I have to wait? There's no point. But yeah, I don't really understand why the
Get ready to turn left.
turn on red isn't really widespread throughout Europe.
Turn left.
On the other hand, there's a lot of
Here we are.
so-called
Safe and sound.
unprotected lefts in Europe, which you won't really find in the US that much. Which just means that you have to turn left while the cars on the opposite side are going straight. But in the US, there's a lot of traffic lights. Let's take this one, there's a lot of traffic lights which will take a long time because they will actually have a traffic light for all of the traffic. So going straight, going left, going right, and so on. It's also kind of annoying. So I suppose swings and roundabouts, there's pluses and minuses with both systems. But like I said, unprotected intersections work a little better in Europe for the simple fact that most of the time there's not as much heavy traffic as there is in the US. There we go. Let's press T.
Let's go.
My truck is a little bit damaged. Let's see. 8%. I should probably service it soon. Alright, so we've got 16 tons of, what was it? Office supplies. Alright. I do love pulling a trailer, it's so much fun. I don't know why, really. Also, it's 1:49 in the morning. It's kind of a bummer that I always seem to find myself at night in this game, whereas I really want to enjoy the environment throughout the day.
Turn right.
And yes, we could go for a rest stop and just sleep there because we do have 12 hours 42 minutes. We don't really have time for that. We've got 5 hours to get there to the destination. So we have to get a move on. I mean, we have got plenty of time, but
ready to turn left.
not if we were to go to a rest stop and sleep. I also have the simulation turned on, by the way, for...
Turn left.
God, Geralt is really on a roll. I have the simulation turned on for the air brakes. I am coming to a complete stop. They're pretty big on that in the US. Like I said, over here in Europe, a stop sign is just for a lot of Europe, not all of Europe.
Get ready to turn right.
It's just a suggestion. It's a Californian stop, which I think works quite fine.
Turn right.
I think stop signs are a little bit overused. They are necessary, of course, in some intersections, but I don't know. Putting them everywhere is just an annoyance.
Stay right, and then turn right.
So I will not be coming to a complete stop at every intersection here. See, we can turn on the red here, but I'm pretty sure the traffic lights will turn green before that. So I've come to a complete stop. Whoop, there we go. And now I can go if it's free. It's sort of free. Full power. Looking at the back of my trailer there. Alright.
Stay right, and then turn right.
Okay, we're turning right here again.
Turn right.
go. Trailer, oops. Trailer went onto the pavement there a little bit. That wasn't the best.
Stay left, and then turn left.
Alright, we're going left here.
Turn left.
Don't you dare turn red on me now. Oh yeah, it's one of these. Okay, so I have to do this. That wasn't the best. That's a really interesting set of intersections
Stay
here.
left, and then turn left.
I haven't encountered that in American Truck Simulator yet. It's quite
Turn
cool.
left.
Alright. Turn off the exhaust brake. Alright, we can go. I'm actually going to start in second here. One high. Because we were on an incline. So that wasn't a fully... Oh no, he was turning right. Never mind. I thought I actually cut that guy off that truck, which would have been a pretty bad thing, but no, I didn't. He did have a red, but he was turning right. Now here's the annoying part in the American and European Truck Simulator. Oops, I didn't want that. Come on. The on-ramps. Now in this case it's fine, but a lot of the times the on-ramp will be so short, and because you're actually going on a highway, you're expecting to need speed, which is what you're doing, and then all of a sudden the on-ramp ends and nobody is really letting you in. Usually. Power! What does that say? I love that turbo sound, it's so nice. Oh, this is an exit, and we're actually going down there apparently. Are we? No, we're not.
Stay left.
There we go. 72 miles an hour. Cruise control on. Let's go. Alright, so I can use some of the buttons that I've configured on my steering wheel. For example, the trip computers here, we see the 190 degrees Fs, which stands for Fahrenheit, of water temperature, water coolant temperature, and 197 for oil. Doesn't really
Stay left.
tell me much because I'm used to Celsius, but I just left it on, miles per hour in Fahrenheit. We are in the US, so let's use the medieval system. 72 miles per hour, that's the speed. And then we've got our instant fuel consumption is about 6 miles per gallon, and our average 5.6. 5.6 is probably, that's actually not that bad, because I was pulling some pretty heavy loads in the past. So that's pretty good. Look at that diner. What else do we have? And there's the distance and the range we get with our fuel. So under 1,000 miles now, we've got 174 gallons of fuel remaining. It's just, that's times by a little under 4. So you can guess just how much fuel these things drink. It's pretty insane. It's the law. The one thing I really, the one thing, that's a stupid thing to say. One of the things I really enjoyed driving in the US was the signs like that one, which said it's the law. And a lot of the times it'll be something pretty funny, like click it or ticket, which basically means, put your seatbelt on. Like, click your seatbelt or you get a ticket. But I just like the fact that they did a little game with the words, click it or ticket. There was also one about fishing that I cannot remember, but it basically told you what kind of fish you could catch and what kind you couldn't. And it was also like almost rhyming or something. So I do like that sort of tongue-in-cheek almost type of thing you get on these rather serious signs otherwise. Hello, police officer. I'm only going 2 miles above the speed limit. Oh yeah, about the speed limit, that was actually funny. When we did arrive in Los Angeles, I have no intentions of getting pulled over and shot by the police, so I do the speed limit pretty accurately. I just set my cruise control or limiter, whatever, whichever I'm using at the time, to whatever the speed limit is, possibly plus 1 mile per hour. Maybe plus 2, but usually not. And what happened was, for the most part, that was completely fine and acceptable. But okay, look at that, 75, let's go. But in Los Angeles, as soon as we entered Los Angeles, it said speed limit 55, and the traffic was just whizzing. And I looked down and I saw we were going almost 70. And for like 10 minutes, I stayed at the speed limit saying, I'm not gonna, my cruise control wasn't on. I'm not gonna get pulled over. But then I realized, wait a second, this is way more dangerous with the traffic just whizzing past us, instead of just joining the traffic and just doing the illegal speeds. So I just went with it. It's insane. Nobody really gives a crap about the speed limit there. And I was really surprised because we entered Los Angeles pretty much at night. Well, I mean, I think it took us like 4 hours to drive through Los Angeles to our destination in Anaheim. It was ridiculous. But the interesting thing was that it was like a 10-lane highway on both sides. So it was 10 lanes on this, 10 lanes on the other one. And there was so much traffic going on. But when there was a crash and like 3 or 4 lanes were closed, everything came to a stop, of course, and we had to all squeeze into the remaining 6 lanes on the left. There wasn't really any honking or anything. I mean, you'd expect people to lose their nerves, but I suppose people in Los Angeles live with that traffic every day. Should I go for fuel here? No. They live with that traffic every day there, so I'm assuming they're kind of resigned to it. I wouldn't say used to it and living it, but really just resigned to it. And look, we can go 80 now. So that was quite interesting. There was really no bad blood between anyone. I'm sure there is, of course, but it was a fairly pleasant surprise. Okay, this is now getting a lot more dangerous. Yeah, like that. Didn't you see me, buddy? I am so illegal right now because I'm right behind this guy. But look at this, he's doing 37 and 80. It's insane. Power! Come on. Gotta move on. Road raging. God. See, I don't get the AI sometimes. I'm sure the lane to the right there is clear. Well, now it's not going to be because this guy's going to undertake him. And then my foot is flat to the floor. Look at this. Come on, dude. Obviously, I would never do something like this in real life, but I'm in a game, and yeah, I'm gonna tailgate this guy, and then probably crash. Look at this Jeep. He's probably gonna go left here. You know what? Can you let me in, please? Thank you. That's one of the things that kind of bothers me in American trucks and European Truck Simulator games. The traffic AI. I mean, for the most part, it's okay. This is, you gotta remember, with the mod, which makes the traffic... Look at this guy! Get out of the left lane! Hogger. For the most part, it's okay, and I am using the aggressive and more traffic mod, which gives you a lot more traffic, and it's a lot more aggressive, which also presents its own problems, of course. But I would have liked the team to stop working on DLCs, maybe, for more maps and such, and give us a more realistic traffic. you know, not everyone going the speed limit. Maybe some people would be speeding, have crazy people on the road, I don't know, road raging, but especially more traffic awareness, because sometimes, see that, they do some really weird stuff. There should be more anticipation. Oh, bloody hell! Okay, sorry. I was metagaming there. I thought this guy in front of me would suddenly brake really hard because of that truck was trying to merge. And I was expecting a crash, which would be kind of inevitable. Drive safely, and obey speed limits, and something else, which we missed. Look at a Mustang. Alright, let's go into top gear. Yeah, last time I didn't actually say it properly. I don't have 4 reverse gears and 14 forward gears. I've got 4 reverse gears, so I've got 1 reverse low, 1 reverse high, 2 reverse low, 2 reverse high. And then you've got... hold on. And then you've got 4 gears here and 4 gears, so that's 8 gears. So yeah, that's 16 forward gears. Of course, it's 8 high, you know. Actually, no. You've got 18, yes, because you've got the first low and high, and you also have the crawl gear, the low. You've got low, low, and low, high, which I will show you with a special transport. Get out of the left lane! I probably shouldn't be in the left lane either, and I most likely would not be going this speed because my truck would be governed at like 60. But it's up. Is it? Yeah, of course he's gonna go. I'm also using the retarder, as you can hear that. I'll be able to soon turn off the lights, and finally we have daylight, so we can enjoy some nice, lovely daylight. Better left unread than dead. What? So now I'm at the left lane hogger. This is Cedar City. Reduced speed zone ahead. Alright, well, we're not even going 75 yet. Look at that guy! See, that's what I hate about this. Come on. Very illegal what I'm doing. This is a game. Although I do have to say, I do like driving by the rules most of the time. Stopping at traffic lights, this, that. It's just, you know, I don't really see the point in going as fast as possible everywhere. I mean, obviously that's sort of the name of the game, but in a orderly fashion. I've tried European Truck Simulator multiplayer, and it's just insane. I met one person behind me that was actually doing the speed limit and obeying the traffic laws. Everyone else was just going 100 miles an hour, not caring for red lights and such at all. It was kind of disheartening. I love that exhaust brake sound, oh man. That's why I would like to have a diesel pickup truck with an exhaust brake. Yeah, look at this bus driver. You're a professional driver and you're left lane hogging. Turning off my lights. Guys are slowing down. See that? Clutchless didn't even grind. Yeah. Whoa! Now that is tailgating. Holy cannoli! What was that? That's something I miss as well. Emergency vehicles with their lights on actually driving on the road and having other vehicles, oh, move over. Look at that tailgating. But I suppose that would be just too much for the driving AI. I could see how many crashes there would be and sudden stops where you couldn't stop at the time. Oh, it's speed limit is 80. Power! See, the funny thing is, there's a police officer there now going to... Oh no, that's not the one. He's behind the ambulance. And suddenly we're going to have a reduced speed limit, and he's going to ticket me. I don't want to go left just yet, even though I'll have to exit here. Actually, lovely, lovely, lovely. What are you doing? No, come on, let me in. See, if you stay in your lane with the blinker for too long, the AI will start ignoring it, which is very annoying, because you don't want to just push your way in, but especially with the aggressive mod, traffic mod, sometimes you do have to, which is kind of unfortunate. There's fuel here. I still have half fuel tank remaining. So yeah, having some safe distance from the cars and other vehicles in front is a good idea with this mod, because they will do some sudden stops. It's not very nice. Look at the environment here. Oh, look at that smell. Yes!
Stay right, and then exit right.
We are selling whitening thing for your teeth, I guess.
Exit right.
Alright, so we got St. George.
Stay right,
clutchless.
then turn right.
I was never very good at downshifting without a clutch here.
Turn right.
Let's go to 4th. Oh, it's a roundabout. Okay. No, it's not a roundabout. It's one of those weird new intersections. Well, that's good. What's going on? Oh. Forgot to range select.
Go straight.
Ow, come on. Never mind. Look at that background. That would be cool. Visiting a town like that. That's awesome. What is this? I don't know. I'll have to see the route advisor. Oh, it's St. George. Wow, that is some view. Feathering the clutch here and making sure it's up to temperature. Look at that convertible Mustang. I'm not going to go faster because we have to go left here anyway, and there's a red, although I'm sure it's going to be green by the time we get there.
And then turn left.
And it's going to turn red just as we enter the intersection.
Turn left.
Ooh, my pedals are moving. Ugh, come back. I have them on a small carpet thing. It's not the best idea. See, I don't have time to use the mouse as well to see where I am. Wait a second, we actually have to go left here. Oh, to this.
Stay left.
Supposed to go. Will this open for me? I have no idea. Let's find out. Can you open, please? No, of course they won't. Let's reverse. Hell. It's gonna be lovely. Actually, I think I can just do it here. I need to avoid those cars anyway. Is that No, wait a second. I'm looking at the map. I don't think I can get through there. Oh, maybe I can. Nice park job. Okay, so this
is where it ends.
This is where I was supposed to go. Alright, okay. Let's get the trailer out of the way. So on the other side, there's some cars there. Let's put in the hazard lights. Oh, that's... Come on. Okay, I think we're close enough. What is that? Is this a refrigerated one with office supplies? This place sucks. I can actually hear music here. Oof. Alright, so that's where they want it. At least there's no cars here, because holy cannoli. Cannoli. Actually, cannoli? More like cannelloni. Let's park this thing and get paid. Oh, too quick. But oh well. I think I'll count anyway. There we go. Not the best parking job. But what can you do? 300 miles, 62 gallons of fuel. Alright. Experience not that much. Well, thank you for watching this slightly longer episode. We're going to continue next time then with more babbling and more driving and more shenanigans probably of me turning into the wrong place and then having a hell of a job trying to turn around. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.